Here's a variation of the hip choke, Koshi Jime. It's also called a sit-through choke, and you'll see why in a second. So let's start again, Derek. So you got him on the side. With the right hand, you're going to get through there. Somehow you're going to get your lapel. There are a lot of ways to get it. We're just doing the basics. Lift up so you can everybody see that. So everybody see he's got a nice tight lapel grip there, lapel strangle. Now, with his right hand's the lapel strangle. With his left leg, he's going to filter in. He's going to trap Eric's right arm. Okay, now as he does this, I'm going to get around here. Now, there are a couple ways to do it. You want to do the spiral ride first? All right, now, with his left hand, he's going to do like a wrestler spiral ride. So what he's going to do, he's going to be stretching Eric out. And as he does this, he's going to sit through, flatten him there. And it's a nasty choke.
Poor Eric.
I mean, there are guys who go out from this, okay? So we get here, right hand there. He's easing up because he didn't want to choke Eric so bad because it is nasty. Laces through. Now, he's really got Eric tied up on the upper body. Now, here's where it gets kind of nasty. You're going to flatten him out. See the left hand here for the spiral ride? He's got a trap in there, turn his palm up, and as you can see, it just swims through there. Okay, let's look at that now. Let's come over here, and let's look over here. Now, look how he's trapped this. Now, his left hip is going to turn in the direction forward. That's why we call it a Koshi Jime. It's a hip choke, because you're using the hip quite a bit. Okay, and he sits back. Or he can drive his leg forward, and you can also do that. So, look at it again. Here we go here. Hook it. Sits back. Finish there. Okay. Some people will grab, instead of doing the spiral ride, Derek could grab his left hand on Eric's left arm at the wrist, so he can grab it. Here, if you feel comfortable doing this, that's fine. And he'll trap the arm in as he sits through and gets the same type of strength. Okay. When you grab here and do the, you're almost splitting them and bending them in half. Okay, and it is painful. It is painful. It's painful on the body, but it's a really nasty strangle. Really nasty strangle. So one more time without killing the guy. All right, there. Let's see how he ties up. That's a super strong tie up there. Now, when he does this, as soon as he starts the spiral ride, he's going to turn his left hip. He's going to face the same direction his partner is, and he finishes. Okay, and again, it's a Koshi Jime hip choke, hip strangle. And it's one variation,
Also,
there are others. But
pay attention to the fact that when he does the hip and then he starts the strangle part, he's not arching back and bending his back. He's actually putting his chest down.
Good point.
He's pushing in so they don't get a penalty for arching.
Yeah. Here's a good point. Here's a good point Sandy brought up. When you do this, don't arch back. You don't want to arch him back and get a penalty. And it's just dirty. You don't want to do that. You want to lean in and finish it like that. If you arch him back, you could hurt the guy.
Right.
I want to strangle him. I just want to strangle him. I don't want to hurt him.
Get disqualified in a tournament.
But I want to do it legally. And I don't want to arch the back and injure, the back in any way, the spine.
Yeah.
Do it without painful or anything. And just
the other thing you can do is stay like in the midpoint of his back. The farther up you are, the harder it's going to be to get that spiral ride. So you want to almost be on his hip a little bit. As you catch that, you can shift back here, and now you can see I've got more of my arm back there. So when I sit through, I can actually break that hip open a little bit better, and then you just pull. I can put my hip back too. Make sure when you're coming back like this, I'm not turning all the way up, because then again you see his head and his back start to arch. So kind of lay into him.
That's why I like the spiral style of this. There are other ways of doing the Koshi Jime, but I like the spiral ride style better because, like you said, it breaks him down more efficiently.
Yeah.
You want to put him flat on his face,
Yeah.
and that's what happens. Okay?
And if he's super, super tall, or you're a lightweight and he's a heavyweight, or you're a heavyweight and he's a super heavyweight, and you can't get him to flatten out, then you can shift towards the front and catch that far wrist ride. And then you'll be able to do the same move.
Yeah, if you can't get the spiral ride, then you can get the far wrist. See how he's taking the far wrist instead of the near wrist?
Yeah.
Trap, and it sets his arm in and flattens it. It's like taking away a table on the leg. It puts it flat on the face, on his chest. All right, we'll try it? Let's try that.